site.
Wow.
There's a listing of them. And once again, for your listeners, if they want to get Alive magazine out in Burnaby, I thought that this was just one of many wonderful articles that they have in their book, eh?
Well, thank you very much, and I love it when you say "eh."
I think they say that's a Canadian expression.
I like that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that information today. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a good magazine.
This is awesome. In children's vitamins now.
Yeah, and the insidious thing is that according to a lot of doctors that I talked with, children can be much more affected by aspartame than adults because their blood-brain barrier is still forming, and a lot of things are still developing in children that are already formed, and the body is a very pliant, very remarkable thing. But still, there are insult upon insults that can be affecting it, and with children it can be even harsher.
This is amazing. This is just literally amazing. Now, I have seen so many little kids that were diabetics that they placed on aspartame drinks. I just am shocked on NutraSweet and aspartame drinks at a very young age. What is that doing to those children?
Well, aspartame can affect blood sugar control problems. So that can complicate diabetes, from what I understand. And it can also precipitate diabetes. Dr. H.A. Roberts is a diabetic specialist, and he was talking a lot about a lot of those things.
This is so scary. This is so scary. Listeners, it's not just aspartame is bad. You've got to see this video because on the documentary, it displays for you the political clout that got it through, how the system does this. Because once you see this, you'll be able to see how the FDA works and how the drug companies, how powerful they are. You'll be able to see the politics behind all of this, and that the gentleman who was the former FDA commissioner, man, I am surprised that he doesn't have bodyguards around him to protect him now.
Arthur Evangelista, yeah, he was a very brave person to come forward.
I was really surprised. I really was. The kind of information also on MSG, that blew my mind. I was not even aware of all of the information, and the same thing that the dirty, dark secrets about MSG. And if we were to see all the products that is in, I think we'd be shocked.
Yes, it seems like every time the public becomes aware that, I don't think I want monosodium glutamate, then it gets put into the substance as hydrolyzed vegetable protein or yeast extract or something that seems innocuous but really contains MSG and should be avoided.
It is amazing. It is amazing. I want you to think of some of the more horrendous stories that you've heard about MSG. I mean, there's so many stories, and you had so many good ones on the DVD. But I mean, when you think in terms of the damage that has been done, who comes to your mind the most?
Well, with MSG, I would have to say that would be Truth in Labeling person, the head of that. We talked with him I think his name is Jack Samuels. We talked with him at a restaurant, actually, for the follow-up documentary Sweet Remedy, the one that I had mentioned earlier that's coming out.
Please get me a copy of it as soon as possible, and we will definitely have you back on real soon.
Great. Yeah, it's shaping up to be quite an interesting piece. My husband is working on the post-production of it right now.
Wonderful.
But Jack Samuels is arguably the most sensitive person to MSG on the planet. He used to not be able to go into a restaurant, even if they had a derivative of MSG as a very, very small ingredient in a soup or, some dish or something. He would go into a seizure almost immediately.
Wow, that is sensitive.
Yeah, and then there was somebody that I was just talking to the other day who is a friend of mine and completely unrelated to this issue. I didn't think that there'd be a problem at all, and he has severe migraine headaches when he has any MSG. He can always tell. And, that's something that I've noticed more and more since we've been involved in the subject. I didn't think that, I'd be running into very many people, but almost every day I run into somebody. There's somebody working here not too long ago who had lupus.
Okay, when we get back from the break, we've got a 3-minute break. 1-800-259-9231. If you have a question for Cori Brackett, 800-259-9231. Call the Power Hour, get your Stevia 20% off, and get this documentary, Sweet Misery. We'll be right back, 3 minutes. Oh, man, what stories we're getting on aspartame. If you are sitting there drinking your aspartame and justifying it, well, see the documentary. And then tell me, I want somebody, I'm serious, I want somebody out there to see this documentary, Sweet Misery, and call me back and say, I'm still drinking NutraSweet. I'm serious. You may get a free psychiatric evaluation by the Power Hour if you do that. I mean, I cannot imagine anybody, Cori, that could see Sweet Misery and still partake in aspartame. Can you?
No, that's been the funny thing is a lot of people that I will try to talk with, I have a hard time sometimes figuring out what the trigger or what the information will be that will get them to realize that they shouldn't be consuming it.
Oh, just put this in their hand.
When they watch the documentary, they're able to get a very different perspective and see what's going on.
It is so professional. All these docs on there that have no axe to grind. I mean, it's not like they're involved in the stevia industry or anything and want to sell you stevia. And by the way, if you don't know what stevia is, it is a natural herb that we cannot call it a sweetener because the the Federal Trade Commission won't allow us to do that. So we call it a natural herb that, well, it sure tastes good in your coffee is about all we can say, I guess. But it is wonderful, and we have a 20% offer today and through Friday on the stevia at the Power Hour. And when you get the stevia, get your Sweet Misery documentary and give it to your church library. Give it to your local library. Get it. Just get it and put it on the shelves. And you can probably rest assured that you saved somebody's life. Let's go to Sam in West Virginia. Sam, you're on the air with Cori Brackett. Go ahead, please.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, I just want to thank you for your work. We've got your video.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, very good video.
It is awesome, isn't it?
I made copies and give it to my family. And my sister used to get headaches from drinking Mountain Dew, or Diet Mountain Dew. And I told her about it. Of course, she at first tried to deny that what I was saying was true. But then when she quit drinking it, she stopped getting the headaches.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? Sometimes people just need to realize what their body is telling them.
Yeah. But also, that was the reason I called. One of the earlier caller mentioned some things that had aspartame in it. Mm-hmm. And my wife is really involved in looking at labels and so forth. And we're against, of course, drinking anything like that, aspartame, or even in our food. And she noticed that for a while we would give our kids Pedialyte when they were children, real small babies. You know, right. They say when they cry and so forth, they have a stomach. Pedialyte has aspartame in it.
Oh, you are kidding. I had no idea.
Yep, and if you look at the checkout line, or at the counter, and pick up a pack of gum, you'll see that almost every pack has aspartame in it.
Almost every kind of gum?
Almost every gum. I saw one pack that was big red, and I think it was an old pack. Because the new stuff that we looked at, the newer stuff, it had aspartame in it.
Wow. No, I had no idea. And this is an education. I don't eat that stuff, and so I didn't even realize. But my goodness, Pedialyte. That is supposed to be a nutritional drink, or at least a drink to balance the electrolytes in babies that have had a lot of diarrhea or whatever. But I mean, this is incredible.
Because Gatorade had it, but then they got sued over it. And they took it out, and we switched over to Gatorade. So. Oh,
wow. Interesting. Well, thank you very much, Sam. I appreciate the phone call.
Thank you.
Jim in Massachusetts, you're on the air with Cori Brackett. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning, Joyce.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cori.
Hi, Jim.
I have a couple of quick questions. One, first of all, I have glaucoma, and that's an eye disease. And I'm wondering if aspartame, could that be related to an aspartame?
Well, since we don't give any medical advice on this program, and this is only presented for your educational and entertainment purposes, let me ask Cori, do you know anything about glaucoma and aspartame?
I don't, unfortunately, Jim. I do know that from a lot of the people that we talk to, there are eye issues involved with aspartame use, but I don't know. You'd probably have to talk to a doctor who is aware of aspartame issues to see.
Yeah, I'm pretty Because my doctor, I'm surprised he's not even aware of this stuff.
Okay, we got to come back. Hang on. I'll be right back. Jim, you stay right there. Cori, you stay right there. I'm right here. Where the heck is Dave? We'll be right back in 1 minute, 10 seconds. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Power Hour. This is Joyce Riley, Dave on Clyde. Thank you, Kelly, for getting a message to me. He's being held over for another hour. Evidently, this radio show is getting serious about what's happening on 9/11, and they are talking some real truth to their listeners. So Dave's going to be detained for a little bit longer. You know, it's great that we can each do radio shows and double our punch, if you will. And I know that when Beyond Treason comes out, and that's our new documentary on the truth about depleted uranium, Gulf War illness, and experimentation upon the military and civilian communities, you won't see me a whole lot too, probably, or hear from me a whole lot, because I'll be doing a lot of interviews. We've got to split up so we can double time it. There's just too many people to educate out there. And I know Cori Brackett probably feels this feeling also. There's too many people that need to know about aspartame. Let me go back to Jim in Massachusetts. Jim, go ahead, please.
Well, I'll tell you, when I'm just listening to this, all the items that aspartame is. There's another thing. I think it's in toothpaste, too. Like, I got Crest, which I usually brush my teeth with. And I looked on it, and I bet you it's got aspartame, because even though it's hard for me to see it.
Well, does it have a warning there that says for PKU people or people that have phenylketonuria, do not use this?
It's very difficult to see the very fine print.
Okay. Well, you know, that's one way to tell, is like she said, is if it has this warning to phenylketonurics, then it probably does have it.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about glaucoma on that, but you might do a search on the internet or have somebody search and just put in glaucoma and aspartame and see what you come up with.
Right.
Thank you very much. Jim, anything else?
Yeah, I just want to meant to call you for quite some time. I have 9/11 in plain sight, and I've been spreading the word up to the people.
Fantastic. I sure appreciate that. Keep doing it. Everybody is making a difference.
God bless you. Have a good day.
Yeah, bless. Thank you very much. Tom in Florida, you're up with Cori Brackett. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about phosphoric acid. It's in our non-diet soda pop and other things, phosphoric acid. Please talk about that, and I'm off the air right now.
Well, thank you. We'll talk about it, Tom, if she knows anything about it. I don't. Do you know anything about it, Cori?
Tom, unfortunately, I don't know about that one. What I try to do personally is look for products that are as natural and organic as possible, and as limited in anything that I don't know about or don't or can't or have a difficulty pronouncing as possible. Try to keep it as simple as I can.
Maybe somebody else out there knows about phosphoric acid in drinks, and if you do, go ahead and give us a call, 800-259.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, 800-259-9231, because we're here to give you the straight skinny on what we believe, and we have researched to find out not what we believe, but what we can prove to be the truth. And by the way, Sweet Misery DVD is available at the Power Hour or thepowermall.com, thepowermall.com, 877-817-9829, and it is normally $25. It is today $20 plus $6 shipping and handling, and the stevia is on sale, 20% off. The liquid concentrate, the cookbooks, everything to do with stevia, including the Yerba Mate Royale tea with stevia, which is incredible stuff, is 20% off at the Power Hour now through Friday. Your website, you have some information on where would be some good websites for people to go to?
Well, they can go to our website, which is soundandfury.tv.
soundandfury.tv.
That has some information. Then there's doorway.com. DORWAY.com. Doorway.com. Now, that's probably one of the most utilized websites for aspartame. So if you want to go to a website, check out DOR. D as in dog. ORWAY.com. Now, you know, I differ with Betty Martini on one thing, and I know it's now Dr. Betty Martini, and I've met with her and had her on the program a lot. But she says that a lot of Gulf War illness is due to the formaldehyde and the methanol in the drinks that were in the desert. When we get back, I'm going to tell you my response to that.
We've got a 3-minute break. We're going to come back with Cori, and if you've got a phone call question, 1-800-259-9231. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 3 minutes with Cori Brackett. Everybody, this is Joyce Riley, Dave on Class. We all know that knowledge is power, and this is the Power Hour. Oops. I cannot do it right without him here. I need him here. Oh, well, Dave's doing his duty elsewhere. We're talking to Cori Brackett today, and the subject is